Hi, Mark Nicholls here with another information security video. In this week's video we're going to talk about ransomware and how we can protect ourselves against it. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a drink and let's get started. So what is ransomware? It's a type of malware that is going to prevent you from accessing your computer or maybe the data that's stored on it. The computer, it could become locked, or the data might be stolen, deleted or encrypted, so basically made inaccessible. Some of the ransomware will also try and spread to other machines. So if you're working in an organisation where all your machines are connected via a network, it will try and spread and infect more and more machines. This is typical of the WannaCry malware that impacted the National Health Service back in 2017. As you know, it spread across numerous machines in trusts and infected numerous different trusts throughout the country. Now, when it comes to unlocking your machine or trying to get back the data that has been encrypted, the criminals who have made this malware will be asking for a form of ransom, and this is typically paid in something called Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency that's used commonly on the internet, and it is fairly untraceable. However, I have to say there is no guarantee if you pay that ransom you're going to get access to your data or access to your computer. Remember, you're dealing with criminals. They're not honest people. But that said, some of these criminals are using software that's full of bugs, and even if they do say, here is a key to unlock your files, there's no guarantee that key's going to work. So for those reasons, it is vitally important that you follow the steps I'm going to go into around protecting yourself from ransomware. But before I go into that, I just wanted to show you this example on screen now of typically what you'll be presented with if you fall victim to a ransomware attack on your PC or computer. As you can see, it's telling us that the files have been locked, and down at the bottom there it's giving you the option to pay a Bitcoin ransom so you can get access to your files again. But as I said before, there's no guarantee this is going to work. So what can you do to protect yourself? I think the first thing you need to do is make sure that you're trying to stop this malware getting onto your devices. The best way to do that is make sure you're not going to non-trusted websites. You're making sure that any emails you receive, you don't click on any links, you don't open any attachments. And if you're working in an organisation, the best way to protect your users is to make sure that the devices they're using, they don't have the permissions and the rights to run software. Typically this type of malware, it's either delivered via email or infected websites. So it's usually an application file that can be run. So if you prevent your users from being able to run those types of files, hopefully the malware won't infect their device. Obviously make sure that your protection on your device is up to date, your antivirus software. Some of this ransomware is easily detected by most up-to-date antivirus software, but of course some isn't and will get through the defences. The next thing I would do is make sure you've got regular backups running. If the worst came to the worst, if the data is backed up, at least you can get it back quite easily. It may mean that you need to wipe your device. It could be that the device is completely locked, but reinstalling an operating system and your applications is a small price to pay, as long as you can get your data back. So making sure it's either backed up to the cloud or backed up onto USB devices, and make sure you're taking regular backups. This is probably the most important step you can take to combating ransomware, because at the end of the day what they're trying to do is force you into paying their ransom because they've got your data. Well, if you already got the data backed up, you've got no need to go down that route. But I will reiterate to the point, I do not advocate ever paying a ransom to criminals, because at the end of the day you're dealing with dishonest people. You can't trust that you're going to get your data back. I'm going to put some links down in the description for some helpful advice around ransomware. I do realise this is quite a common problem, Certainly in the news this week, we've heard about 2 organisations that have become victim to ransomware, and I will put some links to those articles just so you can have a read and see how this can affect major organisations around the world. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next video. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.